about? She goes, I don't know, whatever you want. So I went back and I looked at the Facebook invite, and it said, Dana Leon, Yoga for Life. Yoga for Life, okay. Yoga for Life. Okay, so this is what I came up with. I could stand here and I could tell you all the physical benefits of yoga, okay? And I can tell you that if you practice yoga, you're going to get stronger in your body. You're going to get more flexible. You're going to increase your immunity. You're going to improve your strength. I think I already said that. You're going to reduce your stress. You're going to find tools to be able to manage your stress. You're going to be able to relax a lot more. You're probably going to enhance your sex life. Right? Yeah. Because it does do that. Right? And I could go through all of those things about the physical attributes of yoga. But you can Google that if you want. You can do physical benefits of yoga and you can read all about it. So I don't want to do that. Because we're all layers. We're layers of density, just like Joan said. You know? The very inside of us is just a beam of light. You know, that's all we are. So I don't want to talk about the physical benefits of yoga. I could stand up here and I could talk about yoga philosophy, and I could use big words like pranayama and Bhagavad Gita and yoga asana and yoga sutras, and you'd be lost. I don't want to do that either. And I could talk about pranayama, deep breathing, and how when we breathe, first of all, as a society, we breathe very shallow. We hunch over our desks or our computers or our driving. We live life in forward motion. We're always like this. We're in forward flexion. We're always going to the next thing. What's next? What's next? So we're like this. That's just the way we live. So I could tell you that we use only a quarter of the capacity of our lungs, which is slowly killing us. Truly. Because the breath is the key to life. It's the first thing we're born with, and it's the last thing we experience right before we die. But we take it for granted. We just figure every time I inhale, I'm going to exhale. And every time I breathe out, another breath's going to come in. But someday it won't. But we don't take gratitude in that the simple thing like a breath. And the breath is the one thing that's different in yoga. So I can stand here and tell you all about that, and I can tell you how when you breathe, when you slow rhythm breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, you actually activate the parasympathetic nervous system, and then it tells the brain that everything's okay, so you get out of that fight or flight mode, and everything starts functioning properly in the body. The cardiovascular system runs, the circulation's running, the respiratory system, everything's just humming along. But I don't want to do that here, because you can learn all of that in a class. So when I started contemplating on what yoga for life meant, what I thought I would do, I love that you're smiling. Do you have any idea how happy you're smiling with me? Because you're awesome! So I decided to think about, okay, yoga for life, what does it mean to me really? Because we're layers of density. We're a physical layer, and then at the very inside of us, we're this beam of light. At the very inside of us, we have that energy anatomy that I write about in my books. Okay, you all have this energy anatomy. You have a physical anatomy, and you created it, but you also have an energy anatomy that, by the way, runs all the programs that Joan's talking about. The energy anatomy is where all that stuff is running, and it's running, and it's running, and it's running. And then it's all, the other part of it is that it's what Jennifer talks about, it's those blocks. You notice when Jennifer was talking, she would go like this and move from the center of her body with her hands. Did you guys notice that? Or she'd talk like this. That's because her energy isn't blocked there. And she can talk from that place. Okay? But most of us, I don't see anybody like that. I haven't seen anybody like that here, but go out there. Ryan! It doesn't always mean that. But most of us are closed. So the energy anatomy gets stuck. And that's where the belief gets stuck. Okay? So for me, yoga for life means unblocking and being who you really are. Say that again. I don't know if I can. I don't know where it came from. Yoga for life for me is being who you are. Expressing it in movement, in how you talk to people, in how you navigate through life, in how you handle the shit that's happening in your life and the good stuff, and not having a separation of the two. Because we can all celebrate and be grateful for the good stuff. Yay, yay, woo! What about if if something terrible happens in your life? I'm going to list them yet. And how do you celebrate that too? Because it's all the same. So for me, that's what yoga for life means. I'm also a very kinesthetic person. Okay, so there's 3 types of learners: visual, auditory, kinesthetic. So when I lead a class, I focus on giving cues that will appeal to every type of learner. Okay, because there's going to be somebody that's in downward dog and they're way too far forward in their hands, and I'm going to say, lean your bottom back, lean your hips back, bend your knees, and they're just going to stay in that same position because they're not watching me, they're just listening, and they're not an auditory learner. So I may have to go up next to them. Well, this is what I mean. Well, if they still don't get it, then I have to help them. That's kinesthetic. I'm a kinesthetic learner. So what I decided to do today is have you guys kinesthetically experience what yoga for life is. Are you ready for that? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to offer you the opportunity to either stay seated, how you are, but I am going to ask that if you're seated kind of, comfortably, I really want you to sit up as tall as you can. I'm going to invite you to, if you want, sit on the floor, leaning your back against a wall. Maybe not, I guess maybe a mirror would be fine. I'm going to invite you, if you want, to lay down on the floor. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to walk you through a teeny tiny meditation. Okay? But it's going to be like 5 minutes, so I want you to be comfortable. Okay? So if you need to move somewhere, if there's another part of the room that's calling you, like, oh my God, I'm at the end of that bamboo tree, go, the end of the bamboo tree. Okay? Comfy? Because right now you're the most important person in this room. I mean that. Okay, so I'd like you to close your eyes, please. And just feel your breath for a second. Without judging it, without going, oh man, I am a shallow breather, she was right. No, just notice your breath when it comes in through the nose and out through the nose. And I invite you to maybe just put your hands wherever they're comfortable. Maybe you want to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Maybe you want to rest them in your lap. Maybe you want to rest them on your knees. Maybe you want to, whatever you want to do. If you know about mudras, maybe there's a mudra that you would like to utilize right now. And I want you to visualize your seat. And that would be your bum, resting down into the earth or into your chair, to the bench, or wherever you are. And I want you to breathe into that space that's rooting you down into your seat. And then I want you to feel completely rooted in that space. So much so that you can allow yourself to elongate the spine and feel almost like that light from the ceiling is almost pulling you up toward the sky, and your spine is elongating. So all the energy systems are opening, your vertebra, your spinal column is expanding, and all that space in between that houses the nervous system is expanding. So you're sending these incredible messages to the brain just by your breathing. And then I invite you to feel your lungs and feel them expand from the front of the body to the back of the body, because your lungs are huge. And I want you to feel yourself breathe from the top to the bottom of the lungs and from side to side. Let no corner of your lungs, be left behind. Imagine that your breath was touching every single cell in your lungs. You might even hear your neighbor breathing. Because in yoga we call that the Ujjayi breath. It's the victorious breath, where we almost feel like we're sipping through a straw. You can almost hear it. It almost sounds like this. Just keep breathing. And I'm going to assist you in expanding your lungs a little bit. Keep your eyes closed throughout this process, if you would, please. So let's everyone get on the same page, and let's all exhale at the same time. So wherever you are in your inhale, exhale, just exhale right now. Now you're going to inhale on my count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now hold your breath. And then exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go right into the next inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold the breath. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're rooted. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold the breath. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your eyes closed and just go with your own breath here. Take in all the information that's around you. You can maybe feel the person next to you. Try not to fidget. If you cannot fidget, unless you're super duper uncomfortable, try not to fidget. Notice the noises around you. Notice your neighbor breathing. It's okay, but you're inside your own little bubble breath. Okay? And I want you to call to mind that wonderful, powerful mind of yours. I want you to call to mind the abundance that is around you. Because you all are abundant because you're here. You're not looking for food. You're not lacking money. You're not lacking time. You have the time to be here. You have the money to be here. You're healthy to be here. You have an abundance of everything. So I want you to visualize yourself as this amazing abundance being. You have it all right now in this one moment. And I want you to breathe gratitude for that. Gratitude lives in the heart. It fuels everything, your creativity, your love, your expression. It moves you to the next phases of your life because you can't move forward in your life until you have gratitude for what you already have. So right now, feel gratitude for everything in your life. Everything. Every single thing. And breathe it. And notice how when you breathe it in, your heart actually expands. You can almost see that beautiful green color of the heart chakra just illuminating the whole center of the body. What are you grateful for? Keeping the eyes closed still. Who's in your life? Visualize exactly what you're grateful for. Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it your home? Is it your job? Is it your kids? What are you grateful for? Bring it all into the forefront, that movie screen that you are playing with your breath right now. And notice that feeling of just, oh, I'm rooted. Whew. I am so safe right now. I feel so great. I'm so grateful for every single thing I have in my life. I'm so grateful that I have created every single bit of this. Nothing is happenstance. Nothing is coincidence. So many of you who talked about worthiness earlier, think about the state of gratitude that you're in right now, and you're totally worthy because you created it. And then without trying to label it, what's the feeling? Is it bliss? Is it peace? Is it love? Where do you feel it? Maybe put your hand right where you feel it. And breathe into the hand. The hands are receptors. They pull in so much energy and they give out energy. So breathe that love, that feeling, whatever it is that you are defining it as, what you are explaining it as, breathe into the hands. And now, keep breathing, keep the eyes closed. Now I want you to visualize one of the following things. You went to work today, your boss told you you're laid off, and you're the breadwinner in the family. How the hell are you going to tell your family? You went home from work today, and found out that your spouse doesn't love you anymore and wants to leave. You get a call from the school while you're at work today, and you're an hour from school, and your child is hurt, and it's going to take you 2 effing hours to get there, and there's nothing you can do. You have to give up your house. You have no money to pay for it anymore. The house, the home that you created for however many years you've been there, you have to give it up. You have been diagnosed with a terminal illness. Nothing you can do. Somebody close to you has died. Where do you feel it? Breathe into that space. Where do you feel it? Keep breathing. Did you stop breathing? Did you try to shake it off? Did you try to think of something else? Did you open your eyes? What did you do in that second that you felt pain and fear and guilt and shame and grief and illusion and lies and attachment? What did you do? So I invite you to keep breathing into it. Keep breathing. Keep breathing into that feeling. Because yoga teaches us that everything is impermanent. So this emotion is created by the mind and it will pass. Everything changes. And we have zero control. So keep breathing. Take some long, deep breaths. Huge, just like if I were counting. I'm not going to count. I'm going to let you do it on your own. Breathe. That victorious breath. Breathe where the pain, maybe put your hand right where the pain is. And keep breathing while I'm talking. This is yoga. This is yoga. Digging down deep into the very deepest layers of the body. Yoga, hatha yoga is just movement. Keep breathing. If the pain has subsided and you're back to that blissful state, then go ahead and open your eyes. But if it hasn't, keep breathing and keep your eyes closed. This is yoga, being in that moment when you can name the feeling and you can feel it and you can identify exactly in the body where it is. And just so you know, every part of the body, every single part of the body has a demon to it. Your belly is your purpose. Your heart is your love. Your throat is how you creatively express yourself. Your legs, stability. I think that's lovely. It's taking everything with it. So if you haven't already opened up your eyes, open up your eyes. This, to me, is yoga. Okay? It's about moving your body, accessing those parts that are stuck. So people come in and they go, my hips are tight. Yeah, they are. I should go over here. My throat really hurts when I try to Yeah. I really can't do camel pose. Blocked. Here, emotionally. So it's everything. It's all of that. Finding that moment. Not having to dive into it and know why or where it came from or any of that. Moving it. It's energy. And how long do you want to hold on to that? I'll repeat what Jennifer said. How is it serving you? Is it serving you? For me, hatha yoga is movement. So it's taking these postures that are crazy or not so crazy and just opening that part of the body. Just saying, okay, my shoulder is throat chakra. I wonder why I can't bring my hand behind my back because I can't say how I feel. Okay? It's not being able to balance in tree pose. Whoa, whoa. Maybe you're going through something where everything is going to, everything underneath you. The rug has been ripped out underneath you. Well, it's no wonder you can't balance. Okay? Yoga and the I don't want to use the word instruction. Practice, thank you. The practice of yoga will bring you to a place where you can meet yourself exactly where you're at, without judgment, without expectation, without competition. If you walk into a room and every day you come to yoga and you roll out your mat, this is my spot. How are you going to feel the day that you walk in and like, somebody's in my spot? Oh my God, what do I do? I have seen people like that. They're like, you're in my spot. I didn't realize this was your spot. You know? How are you going to feel when you have never been to yoga before and you show up like 2 minutes late, everyone's already in class, there's only one spot left, it's right in the front. I'm going to be in the front. How are you going to feel when you go into yoga for the very first time and you have these like 3 amazing people right next to you who've been doing it for years and you're like, oh man, oh well, you know, she's 20. She must be doing it for a long time. Whatever the thoughts are that are keeping you from opening that part of your body. Right? You have to let all that go and you just have to go, I love where I am right now. I love it because I'm perfect right where I am. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. So, for those of you who practice yoga, I didn't ask that. Usually I ask that. Anybody in here, raise your hand if you practice yoga already. Okay? Raise your hand if you don't. Hi. No. Guess what? You do practice yoga. See, now you can leave and people are going to go, I told you to practice yoga yesterday. But if you do practice the physical practice of yoga, if you already do that, I invite you to the next time you step on your mat, watch how you approach the poses. Because there's always one pose that's really hard, you know? You're like trying to get an eagle pose and then the instructor says, okay, we're going to do eagle pose today. Immediately the brain goes, oh, holy cow, I hate this pose, right? I can't wrap my leg around. I'm too fat. I don't have balance. I can't focus. Whatever it is, my shoulders are tight. Whatever that thought process is, stop it. But notice what you do. Do you push yourself? I'm going to do this. Do you say, well, I can't do that pose anyways if you start fidgeting and doing something else? Do you get almost there and then stop and go, yeah, I know, that's where I fall out all the time. What do you do? And then ask yourself, is that serving you? Is it serving you to continually do the same thing over and over and over again? If you don't practice the physical practice of yoga, I invite you to try it and be awake when you get on the mat and just ask yourself, where am I at today? Can I meet myself with compassion, with joy, with love, with appreciation, with gratitude? And if nothing else, just be grateful that you found your breath. Because that's all that it is breathing. So I think that's all I have. So thank you.